Peace, 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 love, love, prosperity, abundance, self-love, self-care, wisdom, knowledge, patience, understanding, wisdom, standing, all the four corners of the earth standing. Let me tell you something, family. Take time for yourself. Do your best. Heal, forgive. And I wouldn't say forget because we do forgive, but we don't forget. There's a difference between moving on and forgiveness. You know, most of the time when we leave a relationship, we jump onto the next one trying to prove to the other person, like, I've moved on. But that's not really what the healing is. The whole purpose of moving on is forgiving. Because you can move on with another person, but you still have that person's energy stuck with you. It's still the person is still in your head. The person is still in your mind. The person is still living in your head rent free. So the purpose of moving on after a relationship or a job or whatever you might find yourself in is healing. It's healing. When you heal, that's when you have truly moved on. I'm going to share this quick story with you. And I hope it helps somebody out there. When I ended my relationship 2016 with my ex, I allowed myself to endure a lot of things that I wouldn't endure now. But again, it was a lesson. You know, my ex was a teacher. He taught me a lot of things. But I was so bitter. I was so angry. I was so hurt that when I dropped my son off, I wouldn't even look at him. You know, he has an older son. And when I packed my son's weekend bag, maybe his book bag, I put in his weekend clothes. Instead of giving it to him, I'll give it to his older son, like give it to your dad. His dad is standing right there, but I won't look at him in the face. I won't talk to him. If I need something, I'll call his mom. It got to the point where I wanted to change my son's last name and give him my family name. That was because I was coming from a place of hurt. You know, even though I was going through all of this, I didn't keep his son away from him. But part of me wanted to keep him away. And the God in me was like, no, don't do it. But again, I was hurt. I was hurt. Still, I let my son see his father. When I learned to forgive and I learned that he was somebody that came into my life to teach me a lesson, and after I got that lesson, it took me a long time to remove him. We were not together, but he was still living in my house. I know I wasn't intimate with him. The moment I told him it was over, we were broken up, that was it. I'm not the type of people that break up and go sleep with their ex. So that's my baby daddy. That's my baby mama. I'm not the type of person. I've never slept with him since we broke up that day, 2016. We haven't touched each other. But when I went through my healing and I learned to forgive, it took me a long time. It took me a lot of tears. It was a lot that I had to let go. I had to surrender to God. And when I finally healed, sometimes when I drop my son off and I need to use a bathroom, I will like, hey, can I use a bathroom? And he's like, yeah. I don't have to call his mom and say, you know, tell your son to make sure that he give his sons a haircut, because I wouldn't communicate with him. I'll call his mom and say, hey, grandma, can you tell your son to make sure that, you know, his son get a haircut before he drop him off? Or grandma, can you make sure you tell your son that his son need sneakers? He needs this. I was communicating through his mom, which is my son's grandmother, because I was still coming from a place of hurt. When I learned to let go and let God do the healing work, or the universe do the healing work, I don't hate him. I don't have any animosity towards him. And today, if you're watching this video, I don't know what you're going through, but I pray and I hope that you heal from it. It will save you tons of energy. It will save you so much. So if you're a man and you're watching this video and your baby mama or your children's mom don't want you to see the kids, It's because she's coming from a place of hurt and she hasn't healed. Again, there are some men that I've also experienced that personally, that wouldn't want their kids to be around the mother. Some men do that. Again, I've experienced that. I told you my son, father, he already got an older son. I don't want to talk about that one. But there are some men that will also do the same thing, vice versa. If a man do that, they're doing that from a place of hurt. Sometimes when you break up with them, they don't want to have anything to do with the kids. That is because they're coming from a place of hurt and they haven't healed. If you are a healed person, you will come to the understanding that God brought you out together for a purpose. And when that purpose or that season is over, y'all gotta go your separate ways. And during that time that God put y'all together, if a child, y'all was able to procreate, a child was produced, whatever animosity y'all got going on shouldn't prevent each other from being a parent to the child. It has nothing to do with the child. But as a human being, sometimes we let that emotion, that unhealed part of us control us. And that's why sometimes men do that and women do that. But I hope that each and every one of us will really stop judging people based on whatever they're doing in their life, whatever choices they do, and heal. Focus on you. Heal. And if you do start your healing journey, and you start healing from whatever you got going on within you, you will one day understand my videos. Okay? So today's video is more about healing and forgiveness, not just moving on to the next. That's not what it's about. Elevating, trying to prove to your exes that, hey, you don't want me, the next person want me. That's not what it is. It's really about healing and releasing that energy. I appreciate you for watching. Give yourself a hug. And kiss on yourself. African kisses. One love.